I am ready to start our next unit, which is on farms. We're going to learn a little bit more about farms, and we're going to listen to a few stories about farming. I'm sure most of you are familiar with farms because of where we live in Idaho. Raise your hand if you've ever seen a potato crop or a potato farm. I sure have. All right, today we're going to listen to our vocabulary words. The first word is the word harvest. Harvest, to gather a crop that is ready to be used or eaten. So an example of this word in a sentence would be the farmer will harvest the pumpkins in the fall. All right, the second vocabulary word we have is the word pastures. Pastures, the field of grass where animals eat or graze. We saw sheep in several different pastures on the way to school. Pasture. Now, the next word is the word shelter, a structure that protects people or animals from the weather or danger. Shelter. So maybe you would say, my birthday party was held in the shelter at the park, maybe kind of with a roof over it. And the last word we're going to learn today is the word tools. Tools, items that help you do a job. So do you have all of the tools that you need to fix that bike? Right? That's called tools. All right, now today we're going to learn a little bit about this farmer, and maybe some of you have heard the song, Old MacDonald Had a Farm. If you know that song, pause the video and sing it a couple of times, because we're going to learn all about why farms are important. We're going to learn about farm animals, including cows, chickens, pigs, sheep, and they will also learn about crops that people grow on farms. Remember when we went next door to the New Sweden farm and we saw all those animals? All right, we are going to be ready to go. We know what kind of animals are on farms. What kind? Cows, chickens, pigs. We know what kind of plants can grow on farms, right? Corn, potatoes, wheat. What about what kind of sounds do we hear on farms? Moo moo, ba ba, cheep cheep. Okay, here we go. I want you to listen carefully, and I'm going to read you the story. Hello, let me introduce myself. I am Old MacDonald. This guy is saying he's Old MacDonald. Old MacDonald. And I have a farm. You might already know that because my farm is one of the most well-known farms around. My farm is famous because a few years back, someone decided to make a song about it. The song is all about the animals on my farm and the noises they make. A farm is a place for growing crops and raising animals. Usually with a farm, it has a house and a barn. All right, here's our next picture. Should we take a look at it? It's true, my farm is a rather noisy place. I have several different kinds of animals here, and each animal makes a different kind of sound. Here are a few of the farm animals I take care of on my farm. Do you know the sound each animal makes? All right, tell me, what sound does this guy make? Ba ba. What sound does this make? Ruff, ruff. What sound does this one make? Cock-a-doodle-doo. What sound does this one make? Oink, oink. What sound does this one make? Moo. Good, that's a cow. We have moos, oinks, clucks, and baas, just to name a few. We also have woofs. This is my dog Bingo. There's a song about him too. Maybe a few of you know it. Sounds a little like the song someone wrote about me. But it starts out, there was a farmer, had a dog, and Bingo was his name. Oh, B-I-N-G-O, 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 and Bingo was his name. Oh, Bingo helps me here on the farm. Mostly he keeps me company while I'm out working, but sometimes Bingo helps in other ways. For example, yesterday I accidentally left a gate open and my sheep got out. Bingo chased those sheep back inside the fence for me. As a farmer, I have many important jobs to do here on the farm, and it is hard to say whether one job is more important than another job. However, if you were able to ask my farm animals, they would tell you that taking care of them is the most important thing I do. After all, farm animals don't take care of themselves. The cows, chickens, pigs, and sheep need a farmer to give them food, water, and shelter. Because as farm animals, they were not born to live on their own in nature. They need help. A shelter is a structure, remember, that protects people and animals from the weather or from danger. Excuse me while I use my pitchfork to pitch a little hay to one of my cows. She's hungry, as always. Look at that. That's a tool the farmer uses, a pitchfork. All right. Here's our next one. This is my barn. Sometimes, especially when it is cold or rainy outside, I bring my farm animals into the barn for shelter. I also keep my tools and other equipment in the barn. Tools are items that help you do a good job or a big job. As you can see, I have lots of tools and equipment. There are many, many jobs to do here on the farm, and each job requires its own tools. I keep hay for the animals up here in the hay loft. See up here on the top, up here in the hay loft. And that's my tractor over there. I love to ride through the fields on my tractor. Come on, let's take a ride. I grow most of the farm animals' food right here on the farm. On my farm, there are pastures full of green grass for the cows and sheep. Pastures are fields of grass where animals eat or graze. I also plant and harvest crops of corn and wheat out in the fields. Harvest means to gather the crops that are ready to be used or eaten. I feed most of these crops to my animals. Farm animals are big eaters. So I need to be sure to have plenty of feed on hand to keep them healthy and happy. I also store extra feed for the animals in my silo. This is called a silo right here. A silo is like a giant can. This silo is full of dried corn, which I will use to make feed for my cows in the winter when there is less grass for them to eat out in the pasture. By the way, this is my wife, Mrs. MacDonald. And I have 3 children too. Their names are Delilah, Sadie, and John. You can see our farmhouse in the background. This farm would not run smoothly without Mrs. MacDonald and the children. It takes a whole family to run this farm. You might be surprised to learn that our farm is actually very small compared to some. Sure, we have many different types of animals and we grow and harvest several different crops, but we don't have nearly as much land as some of the other farmers. I will show you. Farms are very important to teach. Farms are very important. Most of the food we eat, from hamburgers to carrots to French fries, get its start on a farm. Many kinds of fruits and vegetables come from farms. We also get milk, cheese, ice cream, and eggs from farms. Which of these foods do you like to eat? I sure like ice cream. I like nachos with cheese too. Do you like that? Breads, cakes, cereal, and crackers don't come straight from farms. There are no farms with cookie trees or bread bushes, but the things you need to make bread and other foods come from farms. All kinds, all kinds of meat come from farms too. Look right here, that's a turkey. We used to raise some turkeys at my old house. This is from, do you like bacon or sausage? Those come from farms. Those are pork from pigs, and ham from pigs. And then this is beef. Do you like hamburgers? Those come from beef cows. Well, I have plenty of work to do today. I need to feed the rest of the animals and water the crops. First, however, I am going to fix this latch on this gate so this sheep doesn't get out again. As soon as I finish my work, I promise to take you on a tour to see some other farms and learn all about farming and farm animals. All right, what kinds of jobs does a farmer have to do? Pause the video and tell someone you're sitting by what kinds of jobs farmers have. What kind of tools or machines might help the farmer do his work? For example, his pitchfork. Doesn't that help him get all his work done? He's got to feed a lot of animals. How about 3 ways that a farmer, Old MacDonald, could take care of his animals? What does he do for them? He gives them food and water and shelter, right? All right. Now let's talk for a few minutes about our word today. For word work, the word is tools. Tools. In the story, we heard Old MacDonald say, I keep my tools and other equipment in the barn. Say that word with me. Tools. Tools. Tools are things to help you do a job. A computer is a very important tool for me as a teacher. Thinking about the work you do at school, are there tools that help you to do your work? Try to use this word tools in a complete sentence to tell us about it. You could even use like pencil and paper are tools that we use to write. Pause the video and tell someone you're sitting by a sentence using the word tools. All right, I'm going to name a job that you might do. I want you to tell me what kind of tools you might need to do the job. Are you ready? Okay, here's the job. Brushing your teeth. What kind of tool would you need? A toothbrush. Good. Toothbrushes are tools that help us to brush our teeth. All right, here's the next job. Eating soup. You're eating soup. What kind of tools would you need? A spoon, right? A spoon or a bowl. Those are tools that would help you be able to eat soup. All right, what about drawing a picture? What kind of tools would you need? Pencil, crayon, markers. Those are all tools that help us draw good pictures, right? Combing your hair. Combs are tools that help us comb out our hair, right? How about cutting a piece of paper? What kind of tool would you need? Good, scissors. Exactly. What a wonderful tool. I hope you enjoyed this lesson. I can't wait to share the next couple lessons with you guys as we study about farms. See you next time.